We're in it testing. What's going on, guys? We're back with another video. We're talking gym owner things. This video is going to be, I think, pretty interesting because we're going to be going over some of the obstacles and lessons learned over the first year of PWRBLD Warrington, our newest location. So make sure you stick around. The last topic that we hit on is going to be the most important, something that I had to humble myself on in order to continue to improve what we're doing here at PWRBLD. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We got a ton of content coming your way. Let's get into it. So honestly, training's been really consistent. It's not as heavy as it used to be. I'm definitely not powerlifting specifically. Still hitting bench. Finally started adding squats back. Got low bar squats back in the mix. Deadlifts are still a little iffy. Body's feeling pretty good overall, but it's taken a long ass time to get here. So that's why I'm not trying to force the issue. I want to be able to train. I'm not preparing for a meet anytime soon. Been joking about being 5 years out. I'm preparing for my master's debut. So I think I got 6 years out. Five years. Once I'm 40, that might be when the comeback happens. No, we'll be back before that, but trying to stay healthy, trying to create the greatest gyms known to man. Many of you know I'm an absolute night owl, but that doesn't really work out well when you're running back and forth to multiple gyms, doing a variety of other tasks throughout the day. You get to 10, 11 p.m. and you're just fucking cooked. So that's one thing. That's one of my 2025 New Year's resolutions. That's what you could comment. You could comment what your 2025 New Year's resolution is. I'd be interested to hear about it. Warrington, coming up on its very first year. The wins, some of the maybe losses, the difference in obviously going from, I had 2 locations, but Conchi, if any of you have been there, smaller location, almost like self-sustainable. So I had like a team there, but very small. It was like 3 employees. KOP, a little bit more of a full gym operation. So I had like a full team managing them. Warrington brought twice as many people, 2 big teams. That was something going in, knew that would be probably one of the biggest challenges. But the good thing was we were able to kind of cherry pick a little bit some of our staff from KOP, bring them up to Warrington, and then fill in the gaps with some new staff members. And I think we found some really good pieces, but yeah, one of the things that really helped with that process was I started establishing the team that was gonna be at Warrington before Warrington was open by like 3-4 months. So the manager here, Collin, you've probably seen him gimping around the gym. He's 24, but he like has the body of a 76-year-old. He was already managing down at KOP. We were bringing him up to Warrington, so he already had that experience. Some of other key staff members from King of Prussia, they're actually kind of in the middle of the location, so we were able to kind of steal those from KOP, bring them up to Warrington. So we had our original team and bringing that culture to a totally new location and area, which I think helped tremendously. It was one of the things that I will say, I think we did a pretty good job of. It's a continuous challenge. Anyone knows that if you open a business, you have employees, it's always tough. But that was one thing I really liked, how we kind of blended our team from King of Prussia into Warrington while adding some new people. This is a special occasion, guys. I haven't taken pre-workout in fucking 6 months. But for this video, I decided I'm gonna do it. Even though I drank an energy drink on the way up here, supersetting it with some pre. All right, so obviously starting Warrington, we obviously created the model from Conchi, KOP. We wanna be able to support people who are training for powerlifting, it's kind of the roots, right? But also bodybuilding, strongman, Olympic lifting, kind of for all lifters. That's always been the goal. So King of Prussia allowed us to expand that vision a little bit more. Warrington, I knew I wanted to kind of take that, even level it up, do it even better, right? So big idea with Warrington was like, give us a little more space. For perspective, King of Prussia is 15,000 square feet, Warrington's like 22,000. So we have some extra space. I knew we could kind of design the gym floor and the layout a little bit better. And I feel like we did that. So coming in, knowing how busy KOP was and how much action the powerlifting area got, we expanded the powerlifting area. You got 10 combo racks here. 8 deadlift platforms, 4 Olympic platforms, not to mention all of your general benches as well. So like our like barbell powerlifting area, it's like world class in my opinion, you know what I mean? Like we have everything you can imagine, competition plates, bars, all of that. So that was a huge part of it. To go along with that, we wanted to also be able to offer a world-class bodybuilding experience, and we wanted to make sure that we had all of the top brands, all of the top pieces. We wanted to also make sure that we were catering towards people who maybe just want to come in, hit the machines, or maybe they want to hit cardio, or maybe they need turf for functional training. So we expanded on all of those areas of the gym as well. So there's more machines, bigger turf section, more cardio. Still got ping pong. Something that I think that we do really well is we get a location open, and because I've done this now 3 times, and I try to leave room for growth. That way when you get members in here, you get people visiting, you can hear their feedback, you can see what they want, what they need, and then we can actually get those pieces for our members. So we've been able to do that. I mean, since we've opened, we probably added another, like, I don't know, dozen pieces of equipment. We have another 4 coming in very, very soon from a brand we actually don't have currently in the gym, so I'm excited about that. But so far, so good. I think we've done a good job at kind of like seeing the vision, what it could be, and now taking in the feedback that you get day to day and continue to improve it. So there's always room to grow, but so far, so good with that. So one of the big things, right, is when you're about to open a new business, new gym in my case, figuring out the budget, figuring out the cost to open, and then also just your operational expenses, your overhead. Going into it, had a really good idea of the overhead, the operational costs. Already had King of Prussia fully running for a few years before Warrington opened. So I kind of was able to at least gauge, all right, I know, utilities are gonna cost this, payroll's gonna cost this, marketing expenses could cost this. So that was very helpful. I had something to kind of base expectations on for the new location. And obviously when you have a larger facility, it's in a pretty similar area as far as like some of the expenses that go along with it, but it's bigger, right? So it's just 7,000 extra square feet that you're paying rent on. So obviously that was something we knew we had to take into consideration. Probably one of the more eye-opening realities was how much it would cost to just outfit the place. Everything that comes with a bigger space is going to go way up in price, from the flooring to the paint to the lighting to just more equipment to fill the space up. So going in, I will say, upfront costs ended up increasing by hundreds of thousands of dollars. Part of that is a little bit of lack of planning possibly, but it's inevitable. One of the things that I would tell anyone who's new to business or about to open a business is make sure you're putting about a 20% budget to the side for miscellaneous expenses, unforeseen expenses. Things are gonna pop up. You're gonna put the gym together and you're gonna be like, something's missing. Maybe you wanna do a mural, a giant ass mural on the wall, or maybe you wanted to add more lighting. Whatever it may be, there's always gonna probably be about a 15 to 20% like miscellaneous expense category that you realize after the fact. So big lesson here, if you take anything away from this video, is always plan for those miscellaneous expenses. And I would say like literally 15, 20% of your budget just to be safe. And then hopefully you don't end up spending that money and you have that excess just for working capital once you get the doors open. So any business is gonna be expensive, but when you're outfitting a 20,000+ square foot facility, make sure you're being as specific as possible when you're creating that business plan, putting together that budget, and then just stick to it. You know what I mean? It's hard, but try to stick to it as much as you can. And then if you have that 15, 20% fluff, you're still good. So, back to it. One of the, I guess you could say, obstacles of opening a new location is you're in a new space, you're in a new area, new people. Creating that sense of community is probably something that's a little more difficult, something that just takes some time. You can't necessarily force it. It has to come organically. Now I will say this was also another lesson that I took from King of Prussia, because going from KOP or going from Conchi to KOP, there was like a similar 3 to 6 months where like it just wasn't like that normal like family like atmosphere. Obviously some of the people from the first location, they would already come to the new location, so it was there in a sense, but just not fully. We had the same thing kind of happen here at Warrington, where it was like, yeah, a lot of the people that joined Warrington immediately, they had been to PWRBLD. So they were exposed to the gym, they were exposed to the brand. So it wasn't like we were starting from scratch, but it still took a little time to kind of create that new sense of community and like family at the Warrington location. You know, some of the things that really helped, I think, is continuing to do what we've always done, but we just kind of prioritized Warrington a little bit. So it was like, if we were doing an event, a powerlifting meet, we would bring them up here. We ran them at KOP too, but we would make majority of the events happening at Warrington, just so we could bring the people together from all the locations in one spot. It just kind of builds that camaraderie and community. We would do a lot of open houses at Warrington. Same thing, brings people together, gives people a chance to kind of bond, share a combo rack. So bringing people together by any means necessary has always been something that we've done, and I think that's what's created the authentic kind of community atmosphere and environment that you feel when you come into PWRBLD for the first time. You just kind of, you can see it, you know what I mean? You can like see it, you can feel it. One of the things that I think has been really a focus of late is literally we're just like doing things that are free. They don't cost anything to the members or non-members. And we've been doing monthly workshops with our coaching team, and it's been awesome because for one, you just provide value to the community. Two, these are people now that they could come in, experience the knowledge that our coaches have, learn something, take something away from it, and then hopefully they come back and maybe they actually do want to work with one of our coaches one-on-one, whether it's in person, online. If you put value out into the world, like, you're gonna get value back. Hang on, let me sync this, and then I'll go back. Get this on camera, Sue. Ooh, ooh. You see that? He's seen that shit. He's like, damn, that was clean. Hope you guys have made it to this point in the video, because this is honestly probably the biggest challenge or obstacle that year one of having another open gym location, and that was making sure you have systems in place that you can replicate and deliver to your team, so that way they can maintain the standard that we've worked so hard to create. So from Conchi to King of Prussia, we had to evolve. We had a bigger operation, we had more members. Warrington brought a whole new set of challenges because we wanted to maintain the standard that was created at King of Prussia and bring it to Warrington. For somebody like myself who's just kind of like foot on the gas nonstop, I had to take a step back, humble myself, realize what areas I need to do better at as a owner operator. You always hear like a lot of these entrepreneurs talk about like, if you're always working in the business, still need to work on this, it's hard to work on the business. So that's why it's crucial. How to put the proper team in place, deliver them the proper systems and protocols, so that way I can kind of have the bigger vision and work on things that are going to take PWRBLD to the next level. So it's a work in progress, something I'm working on every day. Luckily, I have good people around me that they could check me, let me know, hey, maybe we need to do this, maybe we need to add another person, maybe we need to prioritize this. So here we are in like owning a gym. We're almost like going up on year 6, and it's like, I'm still learning shit every single day. So always more to learn. Hopefully you guys are learning something from this damn video. Maybe some of you who want to open a gym, or maybe you just opened a gym, or maybe you have a gym that you feel like could be doing better. Hopefully there's some value in this video. We got plenty more coming, a lot of topics that we're going to dive into. So that's all we got for this one, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.